Inga. Hi, this is Liza from Digging Cat Homestead. Welcome to my kitchen fermentation station. And today I'm going to start the process of making a fermented hot sauce. I got the information how to do this from a great book titled Farmhouse Culture Fermentation. All right, so here I have some peppers. I think these are chilies that my mom grew in her garden. I'm going to be blending these chilies up in this blender with some cayenne pepper to give them a little bit more kick, and some brine from this sauerkraut. I started fermenting this sauerkraut on that date. I tried it a few days ago and it's way too salty to eat. So what I'm going to do is compost sauerkraut and use the brine to ferment these peppers, which are the base of my hot sauce. All right. Now, once I get all of this blended up, what I'm going to do is put the mash in this little jar with a cap with an airlock on it and let it ferment for 2 to 3 months. After which I'll strain the liquid out into a nice hot sauce bottle, add some of my homemade vinegar, and once that is done, I have a hot sauce, fermented, unpasteurized, so I get some heat and some probiotics. All right, let's do this thing. I'm going to leave the seeds in because the seeds and the inner rind that's white is where the heat comes from. Now I'm going to add the brine. I might let some of the sauerkraut come through as a starter. Great starters for many things. This one has a little cayenne pepper in it. Okay. Now I have enough brine. Let's turn that into a mash. I'm going to put my pepper mash in this sanitized mason jar and then place some parchment paper on top of the mash to make sure that every bit of pepper is always submerged in its own liquid. And then I'm going to place an airlock on top of it and ferment for 2 to 3 months. Now I need to make sure that my mash doesn't have any air bubbles in it. So I'm just going to squish out any air pockets I see through the glass. You could already see some carbon dioxide bubbles forming as it begins to ferment. Get some parchment paper on top of the liquid. This functions as the fermentation weight. Now I'm going to place this fermentation lid on my jar, and I'm going to add my airlock because lactic acid fermentation produces lots of carbon dioxide. It's important to ferment your peppers in a place that doesn't get direct sunlight. Now, why make a hot sauce when you can just go to the store and buy some Louisiana hot sauce or Tabasco hot sauce? Well, the difference is you can get creative with it. Plus, the end product will not be pasteurized. You will leave the probiotics in. Probiotics will come from the lactobacillus in the lactic acid fermentation, and then you'll also have some acetobacter from using your raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized vinegar. Hi, this is Liza from Digging Cat Homestead, and it's been 2 weeks since I started my pepper mash fermentation. I looked at the ferment today and noticed that some yeast was developing on some areas on the top of the ferment, so I scooped the yeast out and put in some vinegar so that it can, to protect the top layer of the ferment. And I was curious and I tried a bit of the ferment today, and actually it has the perfect flavor profile. after only 2 weeks of fermentation, the hotness mellowed out and you could taste more of the pepper. It's a little bit more spicy. It has a little bit of an umami flavor. This is perfect today. So I'm going to remove the airlock, top the lid, and add some vinegar to the ferment and use it tonight on a chicken soup that I'm making. You know, for me, there's nothing better than chicken soup with a little bit of lime and some hot sauce. All right, so let's get it all mixed up and I'll tell you how it tastes after I mix up the ferment with my homemade vinegar. Airlock, cap the top of the fermentation jar and open this up. Let's add some vinegar. Let me remove this wax paper. This was used to keep the ferment submerged in the brine. Don't need it anymore because that's going in the refrigerator. All right. Gotta fill that up with wine so it starts up in a batch of vinegar. Let's see what the final hot sauce tastes like. That is perfect. Wow, so only after 2 weeks, this fermented pepper hot sauce is perfect. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and please like, share, subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.